Welcome to Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toronto and Natrona Heights, Mattheo's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington. Great to have you with us for another session of Sports World and, what am I talking about? Sportsline and Trivia. Great to be with you. We're ready to go to talk.
We are.
Maybe some pirate stuff going on. And after the debacle that the umpires left with us, I don't know how you feel. You with us?
Oh, sure, but
Okay.
I thought that was way down.
100%?
That was way down the list of their problems this weekend. Was that call?
Well, okay.
I mean, you lose
But
the MVP
we
you lose the MVP for about a month. Neil Walker's back's acting up again. They said it's day to day. The last time they said that, he played 8 games in the last month and a half. Garrett Cole was supposed to make another rehab start on Saturday. They scratched it and said he was just going to throw in the bullpen, so he's no closer to coming back. Marte's still in the minors trying to rehab his concussion. McCutcheon's going to be placed on the disabled list tomorrow and be out. Ron Cook has a report 3 to 4 weeks from sources. Ron Cook doesn't mess that stuff up. So they, I think that this weekend in Arizona was the beginning of the end, and now you'll probably see them fade. Look at what happened to Cincinnati when they had the middle of their lineup gutted, completely gutted. They've completely fallen apart, and they're pretty much out of the race right now. So if he doesn't come back till September, I don't know how they hang in there. The only way they could would be if they got really good pitching, if their pitching really took over and was really dominating. Well, they missed the chance for that to happen when their general manager was asleep at the trading deadline and didn't get them a pitcher. So, so there you are. You get what you pay for, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what you pay for.
Well, and the other side of the coin is to get something good, you got to be willing to give something up. So who would you have given up?
There's that.
On the plus side.
Well, I don't know what teams wanted. It looks like this time that major league players were being traded at the deadline instead of prospects to get players. So you might have had to include a Marte or something like that. But then where are you? If you'd have traded Marte now you lose McCutcheon for a month, you're in deep doo-doo. So, pretty much anything that would have happened on Thursday, it wasn't going to help this situation because this just overrides everything, in my opinion. They can't afford to lose their best player. The only thing I could think of is a couple of years ago, I think it was 2012, the Reds had lost Votto for a very long time. And the Pirates really thought they were going to be able to catch them because Votto was out for the better part of 2 months. But the Reds hung in there and they were able to hang on and hold the Pirates off. So, we'll see.
Okay. All right, folks, we invite you to call 724-236-0430. Let's take a look at rules to win prizes here in the program. If you want to participate, you can call and waive, the prize portion of it, so it's up to you. All right, here we go. Prize eligibility. Win a prize every other week at your household address. The Grand Salami or the Mystery Profile, either one can be won once a month, and you can only try the Mystery Profile once in a calendar month. Time limits, multiple choice at 15 seconds. The Grand Salami at 20, Mystery Profile. We go quickly, clue by clue. First-time callers will win more than one prize with the correct answer. And you can get the answers to the trivia questions here by going to my website, doubledribblebob.com. We have a different trivia question up every day, 7 days a week. Just make little notes because we use them fairly quickly. And I have a radio show on Saturday. I use the trivia. I do a for fun trivia nobody calls, to get anything, but we throw it around here somewhere. It could be the mystery profile, or it could wind up as one of the options for the Grand Salami, and you already have the answer. So there you go. Take a break. We'll come back, and Tony's going to lead it off. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Allegheny Beverage on Freeport Road in Natrona Heights has Natural Light and Natural Ice 30 packs for just $14.99. Stop by Allegheny Beverage on Freeport Road and pick up some cold, natty, lighter ice. Here we go.
This is where you get the absolute freshest deli meats and cheeses. Fazio's Italian Deli in Arnold. At Fazio's, you're getting only the best and freshest selection. Fazio's has its own bakery and offers you fresh baked bread, rolls, pastries, and more. Pick up individual salads to go, Italian sausages, hoagies, custom-made sandwiches, even party trays for your next get-together. Freshness and quality every time at Fazio's Italian Deli, Leishman and Dre in Arnold.
There once was a hungry road that wouldn't let drivers get very far. It wore out their tires, forcing them to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man who proved the right tire changes everything. With long-lasting tires in place, those drivers were back on the road to saving money. Drive longer with the Michelin Defender tire, backed by a 90,000-mile limited warranty. Michelin, a better way forward.
Available at Highland Tire under the bridge in Toronto and Freeport Road, Natrona Heights. Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Westmoreland provides a full range of coverage for all of your automobile needs. Westmoreland Insurance Services, putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557.
Myrna's Brewery Outlet on Carl Avenue in New Kensington has 16-ounce Budweiser and Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $21.99. Stop by Myrna's Brewery in New Kensington and pick up some cold Bud Light. Here we go.
Tower Auto Sales, Freeport Road in Blawnox. Best products, best selection, best customer communication, and best service after the sale. Give Mike Vando a call, 412-828-6202. And as they say, a Tower Auto, just buy it. You won't be sorry. Let's go to the phones, and Tony leads us off. Tony, good evening.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good evening, Mr.
Doing
Mayor.
okay.
Despite what happened earlier in the game, and that, as you would say, Mike, they were still tied at that point.
Yeah.
I got the perfect picture here in the valley. The guy's sliding into second. His right arm is down. His left arm is up. His fingers are extended, and his head is squarely on the ball. You can see that?
Oh.
That was on purpose, number one. Number
No
two,
doubt.
if you can't review that, then you might as well just throw the whole thing out.
Well, here's my question to you. I know you've seen this happen before in games that you have played in, that you have coached in, that you have umped in, or that you have watched on television. Have you ever not seen it called a double play when it's happened?
Have I ever seen it?
Have you ever not seen it be a double play when it's happened?
I don't remember. It was always called interference.
Always, exactly my point. That's the first time I had ever seen that happen, and they didn't call it a double play.
Right. Well, they must have had somewhere to go real in a hurry. Maybe a long trip. They wanted to get out of there.
I was shocked because it's like it's automatic. It's happened to me. It's happened.
Yeah.
I've thrown the ball into a guy and had it called. I slid in and had the ball hit my hand and had it called on me.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it while I umpired, I've seen it when I coached, and I've seen it in the major leagues. And every single time it's a double play, except for yesterday.
I had a call on me, too. I swatted at the ball. I'll admit it.
Didn't you? I always did, too.
And I hit it, and then they called me out.
I always did.
And that was Little League. That was, not Major League umpires. Of course, I don't think we have Major League umpires anyhow. But
my question is what happens at the league office? Let's say the Pirates jump on the telephone and say, will you take a look at this? We can't reverse it. The game's over, but this is ridiculous.
That's right. You know what they'll do? They'll write them a nice letter, just like the Steelers. Between the Pirates and the Steelers, I think they have 4 or 5 rooms each decorated with letters saying, "Oh, we're sorry, it was a wrong call," and Forget it.
Yeah, I remember Cowher saying once, he goes, I got a room full of those letters. They don't do me any good.
That's right. That's right.
Well, okay, skip
that's
the letters.
ridiculous.
What
I
I'm
mean,
saying is, can these umpires, I know that they're graded for World Series and All-Star games, the playoffs, what have you. Can that be a notch to set them back?
You would figure.
Well, like I told you before, my boy told me he found out that they won't do anything to anybody till the season's over. Then they'll get rid of them. Now, it could hurt them, not to get a playoff game or an all-star game and that. If it continually be like most of them are. I really haven't seen too many good umpires. I mean, they're so inconsistent. They show that square. There'll be a pitch, call the ball, and a pitch will go right on top of that, and it'll call a strike the next time. I mean, it is just pathetic. I mean, come on.
In the late innings yesterday, I forget who was at bat, left-hander. In fact, it could have been Ike Davis, matter of fact. Both of them, if you view that little box, both of them were off.
Yeah.
And they were both called strikes.
Well, my favorite part of the night were the two calls that the umpire got right, Tony, with your boy Gabby Hayes up at the plate, with the two pitches that were right down the middle, and then on the third strike, he argued that it was a ball when it couldn't have been any more in the middle of the box.
Well, see, they don't know what a strike is. See, that's the problem.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he swings at everything except the ones that are right down the middle.
Yeah, right down the middle, forget about it. And yesterday, that guy was doing a lot of breaking stuff, and he hung so many pitches.
He did.
And they just looked at him like, it was like a strange animal. It's unbelievable.
I have a friend. I have a friend that his pet peeve now in baseball is that nobody can hit a hanging breaking ball anymore.
No, it doesn't seem like it. I've watched other games.
It's almost like they don't know what it is, that you're supposed to actually swing at that pitch.
Yeah, like, what is that? Oh, here it is again. And oh, wait a minute, another one. And just look at it. Well, like, what the heck was that catcher he was on? He announced baseball. Anyhow, I heard him talking one day, and he said...
McCarver.
Yeah, McCarver. He said, I cringe when I watch the games today and see how many curveballs that these pitchers hang, and these batters look at them like, what's that?
Yeah.
He said, oh, my God. We would pray in our days to have that.
And Blas's thing now, too, is, and this is hitting's down. I mean, hitting is down, and it's more than just that they took the steroids away, believe me.
Yeah.
Is how many pitches get swung at that are in the dirt.
Oh, my God.
Like, the pitchers just purposely bounce it up there and expect to get a swing and miss, and more than half of the time they do. I mean, it's 30 years from now, you would never see that many balls swung out in the dirt.
Oh, my God, no. I mean, not only down in the dirt, but way outside. The catcher has to leap for the ball, and they're swinging at it. And, high pitches and everything, way inside.
Tony, I was just reading the other day, and this is like a side note to this, where it falls off the table.
Sure.
That teams provide, or the league, whatever, 9 dozen is what, 118.
Okay.
9 dozen of baseballs for every game. Mm-hmm. And at least 2 times to each batter, you see the umpire giving a new one, takes the other one and throws it off. I think my stat, the next time I'm going to fool around and try to keep score with something, I want to count the amount of times that I see an umpire discard a ball.
Well, anytime it hits the dirt, the catcher doesn't do anything. He just goes like this and hands it back. He doesn't even look. Russell Martin just goes like this and hands it back to the guy and then gets the new one. And
but the umpire checks it, and if it isn't that bad, he'll put it in his bag. If not,
he
throw
will.
it off.
Yeah, they will too.
Yeah.
And I think they get recycled back to when they'll throw him over to the ball boy, and he'll probably just bring them back out too. So.
And what's really a joke, and has been for years, is a pitcher gets a ball and wants another one, and he throws it back, and the guy puts it back in his bag. Yeah. And he's going to get it sooner or later. That's the same ball.
Exactly, because you know he's going to get it back.
Sure he is. Probably the next time, or maybe a little later. But that's a joke. But anyhow, you said that general manager didn't do anything at trade day. Well, forget that. He should have done something after last year.
Well, yeah.
I mean, when they had that terrific year, like I told you, if everybody would have came back, they still needed help.
Sure.
But still, he didn't do nothing. It should have been done then. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to start picking up garbage. More garbage we're going to haul in,
That's the
You know,
that's what they're going to do now. They're going to. Well, here's my out of the box complete. And I'd started this a little while back, but now I'm really going to jump on it because they're going to need somebody because now you're not going to have McCutchen. And that is that. Wouldn't it be ironic? After how spring training, we go all the way back to spring training. But when I saw Ishikawa play for the Giants the other day, it was like, my God, that was so long ago. I barely remembered he was here. But if they're going to need to bring somebody up to play in the outfield because Marte's going to have to play center field, and we know how this is all going to work. But if somehow, some way, coming up to save the day is going to be Andrew Lambo. That after he was completely discarded in spring training because he couldn't do it, he had, and how now I think that he's hitting 330 down there, and you can't run Snyder out there every day because he's going to hurt something. He can't play every day. So and then the thing that kills them more than anything right now is injuries are part of the game, and you got to try to deal with them as best you can. And I really think that this McCutchen injury started with when he got hit, but that's a whole another can of worms. Is that Alvarez is so letting that team down right now, it's not even funny. And, if you're to the point where your manager can't even put you on the field because you can't do the most rudimentary of baseball skills, which is throw the ball across the infield. And then when he was asked yesterday about the possibility of moving to first base, as he was walking away, he says it hasn't been discussed. He should be in there volunteering to play another position.
That's right.
Is what he should be doing. And I'll tell you what, he has let the team down so badly right now that it's you can't even measure it.
Tony,
I mean, those 31 home runs he hit last year, or whatever he hit, went to his head. And he started out so good. He started hitting the ball to the opposite field and everything, and then all of a sudden, that was it. He started throwing those into the stands and everywhere else, and it's ridiculous. And, he walked away from the newsmen yesterday when they mentioned that about first base. He didn't even want to talk about it.
No, he didn't. And I'll tell you what, Hurdle's got to go. Hurdle got to go to him and call him in, sit him down, shut the door, and have just those two in there and just look at him man to man and say, look, we need you right now, pal. Straighten this out. We're tired of coddling you. We're tired. You're either gonna pick up a first baseman's mitt. You're gonna learn how to play left field. You're gonna learn how to play right field, or you're gonna be able to throw the ball from third base to first base. But we just lost our MVP, and we need your bat in the lineup.
Yeah, well, somebody said, it's kind of late to do that. Why? Walker last year they broke him in on second base during the season.
Well, that's what I said. That was another thing I said this last time I was here. It's not like they were asking him to play left tackle.
No,
you're just moving across.
It's like there's nothing about it. You fill the ground balls. The only thing you don't have to have that throw unless you throw to third base. Then
it's like then somebody said, well, how do you know he's going to be able to throw the ball to second base? Well, guess what?
That's another thing. Sure, you don't know
Garrett
that.
Jones can't throw the ball to second base. He's done all right.
Yeah, well, that's that's all in his head. And what are you going to do?
Tony,
when you go look at the Statue of Liberty, it says, give me your young, give me your old, give me your poor, give me everything, right?
Unkempt.
Now the Pirates should put one up down there. Give me your dumb, give me your stupid, give me your idiotic, give me all your garbage. We'll take it all.
Tony.
After that double play on a walk.
Well, that's the thing that kills you. They played really badly on that road trip. How they got 5-5, I have no idea.
I have no
Should've
idea
been
either.
3-7.
They played really badly.
I have never seen that play, and what I've been hearing that play has never happened in baseball.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, Tony, we got to get the trivia, man.
All right, let's go. We go Grand Salami.
Another
we'll
one?
go with number 5.
All right. Who do you want? Well, we'll give you
anybody. Doesn't make a difference
All right,
anymore.
let me go with this one.
I'm trying to get these last couple more so I can retire, and it's every time I think I'm going to get away, they drag me back in.
All right, in that case, I'll pull the needle out of the
yeah, well,
ball.
I feel it.
Okay. Who was the first switch hitter to win a batting title? And it doesn't matter which league. The first switch hitter to win a batting title.
That's a good one.
Yeah, the screen says pinch hitter, but it's switch hitter.
What's that?
No, I was letting the audience know. The question on the screen says pinch hitter, but we want switch hitter.
Okay.
That right.
I can't see it anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. But the folks out there, I just letting them know.
That's a hard. That's a yeah. Well, I don't know. I have to go with, and I know this is wrong. Mickey Mantle.
It's not wrong.
Kiss that one goodbye, huh?
Well,
That's 28. I thought it would have been 29, but that's 28.
In 1956, Mickey Mantle hit 353. So you say that's number 28, Tony?
Yeah.
All right, I'm writing it down on the sheet.
I thought it was more.
Yeah, I'm writing
Well,
it down.
I did
on
too,
here, so
Bob, but the last time you checked, you told me I had 27.
we'll keep track.
Okay.
So there you go.
I mean, you said you had them here. Do me a
Well,
favor, recount them again, but...
I don't have it right here.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
When you go to your bunker.
Bunker.
All right,
called him,
Tony,
he's in his
thanks for
bunker.
the
His
thanks
wife,
for the
just a
call.
minute.
Congrats on the salami.
Hey, Dolph, are you there? Yeah, Tony's calling.
Beautiful. All right, Tony.
All right, guys, thank you very
All
much.
right, break time. We're going to come back with the limo man if he's still on hold.
Please hang in there, Limo.
And we're back in about a minute. Stay with us. Since 1914, the local area has relied on the Resevich family of funeral homes in deepest times of need. The Resevich family is the oldest established name in the funeral profession in the AK Valley, now 100 years strong and still doing things right. Its reputation and unquestionable service now continues with a fourth generation. The Resevich family of funeral homes, 5th Avenue Arnold and Leechburg Road in Lower Borough.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Visit 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse in Murraysville for low discount pricing and a huge variety of inventory that changes weekly. We have everything from new name brand furniture and mattresses to tools, automotive supplies, utility trailers, pet supplies, and all season merchandise. Plus, our lawn and garden center has the best variety of seasonal plants, shrubs, mulch, and more. It's all under one roof at discount prices. 380 Auction and Discount Warehouse is open Tuesday through Sunday in Murraysville. Call us or visit shop380.com.
If you haven't tried the Iron Man hoagie, there's a challenge for you. I have bought one or two. I have not been able to eat the entire thing in one sitting. Given my age, maybe 30 years ago, I could have made this thing happen.
Pulled it off.
But it is a challenge. The Iron Man hoagie, one of the many items that you'll find at Mattio's Pizza and Subs in Brackenridge Heights, and they're right near the district magistrate's office at the traffic lights. So pay them a visit, give them a call, 724-904-7312, whether you're getting pizzas, sandwiches, or whatever. Great place to shop.
They're right down the street from Shea Choma.
Okay.
They're right down from Mike's house there on the main drag.
All right, Bruce, welcome to the program.
I fell asleep while I'm eating at Wendy's. Can you believe it?
That's not good. Did you have the pretzel bun, Limo?
Did I what?
Did you have the sandwich with the pretzel bun?
No, but I heard it's very good. I had the dollar burger.
I had one once and I really liked it. I asked my nephew that.
All right.
I asked my nephew that. He did Wendy's and I said, "Did you get the pretzel bun?" He goes, "No, that's too expensive. I go off the dollar menu."
I'll have to try it. Everybody's telling me about
Yeah.
it. Wait 1 second.
Sure.
This is the only talk show in the world where callers put us on hold.
Us to wait.
It's all right, take your time.
That's okay. We can. We have little songs and snappy patter while we're waiting. We can.
Did you hear about the Dodgers deal with Warner Cable?
No, tell me.
Time Warner Cable is paying $8.3 billion over 25 years to distribute SportNet LA, which is owned by the Dodgers.
Now, I had heard that they were having trouble getting all the cable systems to get it, and that they had put on a sort of a campaign out there to have the local systems pick up the games because, well, and that's one of the main reasons that they really want Vin Scully to continue to do these games because he's still
Vin Scully's starting his 66th year on KLA.
Yeah.
He's amazing, and he's coming back next year too. He said, "Lord willing, of course." And
I just talked to him the other day.
He's He's an interesting character, 80 something years old there, and but he sells, and those people love him out there, and that's part of the selling point that they used with this, because it's an expensive deal to get this, and they're having to jack cable rates up, and you know you don't think you're paying for it when you're sitting at home, but you are. If you have the cable, you're paying for it.
Yeah. Did you ever hear of Fritz Ostermuller?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Bob would. He was a Pirates pitcher unfairly cast as a racist in the movie 42.
Oh, in the Jackie Robinson movie.
Yeah, it was in the Wall Street Journal.
Oh, okay. Well, I still haven't seen it. I've been told that I need to see it, but I haven't. But that's the thing, though. You know, they could do whatever they want in those movies, and if people weren't around to see it or really remember what was happening, somebody could get painted in a wrong light. That's too bad.
Did you hear me on the radio talking about Bob Nutting, how cheap son of a you-know-what he is?
I haven't heard you in a while. I hear you on the nightly sports call sometimes, but I haven't heard you on the radio.
I said it on WPHT and 700 in Cincinnati.
By the way, Brenneman
I said it here too.
Brenneman had a birthday this past week, huh?
They didn't buy nothing.
What's he?
Can't do that.
How old is he?
He's 72.
72? He still sounds good, Marty.
Yeah. Did you hear Cleveland honored Jim Thome with a center field statue?
He signed a one-day contract, Jim Thome, who I believe is going to be a slide right into the Hall of Fame guy, because there aren't any PED whispers around that guy. And he's going to slide
the
right
Pirates could have gotten Ryan Howard for free.
And I'll tell you what, Limo, there's going to be other opportunities. He's on the waiver wire today. The teams in August put all their guys on waivers because you can pull them back. Mm-hmm. Now, the Phillies would be thrilled if somebody claimed Ryan Howard. He's going to slide right through waivers. No one will claim him, and all 30 teams will pass on him again for free. And then they'll try to trade him again later in the month. But that contract is really hamstringing their efforts right now to try to get rid of him. But here's the thing: the lousy year that he's having, he's still knocked in 60-some runs. He still found a way to get runners in.
He wanted to come here. He said it on WPHT.
I don't know about that.
Well, I can understand that. And then they had a trade worked out for him many, many years ago. I think it was Chris Benson, back when he was still a kid and he was still in the minor leagues. And Dave Littlefield had a chance to make that deal, and he didn't do it. And they could have had him in his prime. But,
right.
I mean, look, they're looking for a bat right now, Limo. They're going to go forever how long here without McCutchen. They need a bat, and I don't know I'm really concerned about Walker, because that back, you just don't know. And
how about the Dodgers acquiring Darwin Barney from the Cubs?
I like that guy, a little second baseman. He's a good fielder.
He would have been good here.
Yeah, he won a Gold Glove. I think all of a sudden we're looking for outfielders now. That sort of changed in a hurry.
I'm glad we have Harrison. He can go anywhere.
Well, he can go anywhere, but now he needs to play third because they can't play Pedro anymore. So Pedro's become a $4.5 million bench guy, which is probably, as you said earlier, Limo, making Bob Nutting sleepless at night, that he's got to pay a guy $4.5 million to pinch hit. But they can't put him in.
You know what my seat license is worth, Bob, with the Steelers?
What's that?
$20,000.
Holy smokes!
Well, you got to advertise it and get it sold.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Eventually, I know a lot of people that have looked at it as an investment when they had to do it when they opened the stadium up. So
I'll tell you, the Pirates would have been great to have John Lester here.
Or David Price. Now, I never thought they would pay Price, Limo. I really don't. That $20 million next year, everybody's saying, well, they just would have traded him in the offseason and recouped whatever. Maybe that's easier said than done. And maybe they would have done that. But
what's the matter with Masterson coming over?
He's had a rough year with the Indians, but he pitched the first game for the Cardinals. He did get knocked around, but he did get the win. But the Cardinals made the move for pitchers, and here's what they did, kind of in a similar situation. The Cardinals felt that they needed hitting. Their hitting is really bad, but there weren't any bats available at this deadline. So what they did was they went out and bolstered their pitching staff to try to beat you with their arms instead. Mm-hmm. So, I've never been a big John Lackey fan. Masterson I have been a fan of, but his, he's not had a good year. He's been hurt But, we'll see if that helps the Cardinals out at all. And they're missing Molina for at least another month. They say he won't be back before September. The Reds are missing Votto and Phillips. I think those guys will miss this entire month. So I guess it's kind of a fair fight now. Everybody's missing their best guy.
I talked to Mrs. Votto last week. She has a restaurant in Canada.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's from Canada.
Right. And the Reds get more bad news because of Jay Bruce being hurt.
I didn't hear that one. I missed. He's out too.
Yeah.
Jeez. No, I missed that one. But it's amazing the injuries in this division. I wonder how many games are going to have. And Milwaukee's still sitting there. They haven't gotten anybody hurt. They're just falling back. You would think they would have run off and hidden by now. You
would think so.
Yeah.
Wait till they come up with an injury and then.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they'll get somebody next. I don't know. But it's been crazy. It's going to be a battle of attrition here for the last 2 months, I think.
And Trent Richardson, formerly with the Browns, is averaging 2.9 yards per carry after the Colts acquired him.
Now, anybody saw this guy play in college, and you would have seen what he does now in the pros.
How about Dalton's contract with?
How about Andy Dalton with the Bengals?
$115 million.
But those are monopoly money figures, though. I guess the only thing that really counts is the guaranteed money, because a lot of that,
which is 22
million by next spring. So still, as I read today, he doesn't really have a contract for $120 million, but he did get a life-changing amount of money today. So good for Andy Dalton. I think he's terrible. But
how about Patrick Peterson signed a $70 million deal?
He's another one. He's good though. But as far as the Cardinals are concerned, but that's defensive. And think about that, guys. That's defensive back money. $70 million.
Sean Lee is hurt.
Sean Lee is he's always hurt, that poor guy.
He's from Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, it's still left over from last year. From the Cowboys.
Did you hear about the nice Jewish guy, David Stern?
He's retired.
Going to be inducted into basketball's Hall of Fame.
Well, that's understandable. He was the commissioner of that league for a very long time. They had some trouble, but they had their glory days back in the Jordan days, the Magic and Bird days, and he oversaw all that. So.
Can you imagine?
Where's Shane Victorino playing now?
He's with the Red Sox, but he's hurt. And
he's hurt too.
He's hurt too. He hasn't been in the lineup. He had the same thing that McCutcheon had. I think he had the oblique, which is, I don't have one. But if you did, it would be right here. And as I said, these guys are so wrapped up so tight. I was like, I don't have any of these. But they would be right in your back. And
you ought to go over to Mattio's Pizza and get one of those ding wings.
Well, that's what you need to do. I think these guys need to eat more Mattio's Pizza and more of the Iron Man hoagie instead of being in such good shape, and then maybe they wouldn't get hurt all the time.
There you go.
Like
and Warren Sapp was here last week.
What was that, Limo?
Talking to the Steelers because he's with the NFL Network.
Who?
Who was that?
Warren Sapp.
Oh, Warren Sapp. Okay, you mean they welcomed him in with open arms after he said all those mean things a couple of years ago. Steelers aren't old anymore, so I guess we don't have to worry about that.
I know. He's going to downtown Arnold to get some wings.
Bruce, we got to do trivia.
All right, I'm ready for a multiple choice, Bob.
All right, you got me for this one. And we start tonight with question number 4. Rather simple, I think. What athlete has appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated the most times? Jim Brown, Mickey Mantle, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky.
Read the not the question, but
the options are Jim Brown, Mickey Mantle, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky.
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, you missed it by 1. Michael Jordan.
Those are 4 all-timers there, Bob.
Yeah. All right, Bruce, thanks for your call.
Thanks,
All right,
Limo.
there's a long drive in deep right center field, and this one is for Bob Pattern and Babe.
All right, Bruce, thank you.
Thanks, Limo.
Break time, we're coming back, Mike and I, and I guess we're going to be talking with Paul.
We could do that.
All right.
He's going to tell us how long we have before the beginning of high school football. He's been updating us every week.
Back in a flash.
Myrna's Brewery Outlet on Carl Avenue in New Kensington has 16-ounce Budweiser and Bud Light aluminum bottles for just $21.99. Stop by Myrna's Brewery in New Kensington and pick up some cold Bud Light. Here we go.
Westmoreland Insurance Services isn't like your ordinary insurance agency. Not only can you get a variety of quotes from leading insurance companies, but you can purchase that protection through Westmoreland Insurance. Accidents happen. Are you prepared? You can be with a wide range of homeowners insurance options from Westmoreland Insurance Services. Putting your family's safety in their family's hands for almost 40 years. Give them a call, 724-337-3557. My First Book on Sports is available not only through the internet, but at various local businesses in the AK Valley. It's Bob Tattern's Sports Minutes. Short sports stories, odd and unusual, fascinating and funny, only take about a minute to read. Go online to doubletripplebob.com where links are provided for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Word Association to get book information. Get your copy locally at Costello Printing in Tarentum, Blackburn's in Tarentum, Myrna's Brewery Outlet in New Kensington, or the Hot Dog Guys Lower Borough.
What is it that makes a Husqvarna dealer a Husqvarna dealer? Well, just look close at the engineering in our outdoor power equipment. We're known for high performance and reliability in everything we make. So is it any wonder your Husqvarna dealer is also known for high performance and reliability in everything they do? With a nationwide network of Husqvarna dealers, there's one just around the corner.
Allegheny Beverage on Freeport Road in Natrona Heights has Natural Light and Natural Ice 30-packs for just $14.99. Stop by Allegheny Beverage on Freeport Road and pick up some cold, natty light or ice. Here we go.
If you're shopping for a pre-owned vehicle, Tower Auto Sales has your car. It's that simple. You have the luxury of choice. Where you buy your vehicle is just as important as what you buy. So they have an experienced sales staff ready to help you. Tower Auto Sales. Mike Fanto runs the place down there. Give him a call at 412-828-6202. We're back. We have Paul in the audience. Paul, did you watch the Pirate games on TV? You missed the big play when they were the controversial play, the final play of the game, when Arizona gets the winning run in the last, I believe it was the 10th inning. The guy's sliding in the base and he throws his hands up.
It was funny. I just talked to you on the phone right before that happened. I said, I'm expecting doom here anyway.
You know what?
Yeah, I did. It was like, I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Speaking of Arizona Diamondbacks, does Garagiola's son still own?
He was involved somewhere or somehow with the front office. I don't know if it was a ceremonials type position anymore. Right. He was the general manager, I think, when they first started.
Yeah, now
of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Joe Garagiola Jr.
Okay, right.
And but I don't think he's involved with them anymore. I think he was friends with Jerry Colangelo, and he doesn't own the team anymore.
Yeah, he got promoted, I think, and he's like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that Joe Sr., his father, got an award from the Hall of Fame last week.
Right.
And he wasn't able to travel all the distance from Arizona to New York.
He's like,
so, he's well in his age. He might be 90 for all I know. And,
well, he and Berra are about the same age.
Right, and they
were neighbors in St. Louis.
Right, and it got to be close to 90, if not. So Joe Jr. traveled to accept the award for him. I do know that.
Yeah. Now, Joe Sr., did he get along with Vince Scully? Because I noticed, like, when he did games with Tony Kubek, he would be, like, more say what he wants. But I noticed on, like, YouTube, when he's with Vince Scully, he's like, he doesn't talk as much.
I tend to remember that too, but
you know what I mean?
The thing about Vince Scully is he just really would have rather not had a color man.
Yeah, he's a one-man show.
And now he doesn't have one.
And you know, because the other day I watched the '85 All-Star game from Minnesota. They were replaying. I noticed the difference. Joe was like, you know, he wasn't yapping like he always did.
Yeah, because he was always a very outgoing type. I really liked him, by the way. I enjoy him a lot.
And when you were a kid, I know you followed Bob Prince's broadcast.
Right.
They didn't really use a color man the way they are today.
No.
Right.
No.
And I'm not saying it's wrong what they're doing today.
It's just different.
But it was. I thought it was a little more relaxed when Prince did it.
TV changed it. don't you think?
Oh, sure.
Because
yeah.
with the replays and the pictures and the color man is almost
especially
and
the replays.
Right, with the replays and everything, the color man really is the play-by-play man really isn't even driving the kind of just pilots the boat and
Yeah, and I remember the backup game, Bob Costas with the AL umpire Ron Luciano.
Right.
And he was pretty good, for an umpire. So I thought those two were. But I think Graziola's, personally my favorite.
I like them. I like them
Yeah.
a lot. I'll still pop out with some of the things he used to say because
Right.
when a game's really going fast, and he'd say he's pitching like he's double parked.
Yeah, if you watch,
I like that one.
If you watch Game 3 of the '79 NLCS,
Which I have.
He's terrific.
By the way, Game 2's on tonight on Root. On Root Sports at 7 o'clock, where the Pirate game normally would be. Game 2's on. So anybody that watching live online here on Monday, if you want to watch that game after we're done, you'll hear Joe.
Is it Milo Hamilton or Joe?
He's great. I'm assuming it's the NBC broadcast.
Right.
But if it's not, I'd be happy to hear Milo.
I mean, I
That'd be
like
okay.
Milo too. I mean, he had that Southern voice. You know what I mean? Like Ernie Johnson, and just.
Oh, did you see that? Speaking of Ernie Johnson, that Pete Van Wieren died. From the Braves.
I'm trying to remember.
Pete Van Wieren was when it was Ernie Johnson,
Don
Skip
Sutton.
Carey, Don Sutton, and Pete Van Wieren. Pete Van Wieren, they called him the Professor.
Right.
He did Braves games for 33 years. He had cancer. He just died over the weekend.
Jeez.
So they lost another one down there. They've really the only one, no one left. I believe they're all those guys are gone except for Sutton, who does radio.
Billy Sample,
Billy Sample did for a while. Yeah.
You bring up Garagiola, and I can still remember probably 20 years ago when he was doing the sports on, was it ABC?
He would do
the morning
Today
show.
Show.
Or
He would do the
something?
Today Show on
Okay.
NBC. Yeah.
All right. So here's what happens. The guy that did the weather, the funny guy,
Willard Scott.
Willard Scott.
Lloyd Lindsey Young. No.
Joe Garagiola would go there, and I remember this happening. I thought, you kind of wondered when Garagiola was going to lose his temper. But Garagiola has got this whole routine rehearsed, and he's ready to go. And he gets the notification in the earpiece from the director, Willard needs a little more time, so we're going to shorten your sports up a bit. And when he had enough of that, repeatedly, maybe not every day, he just blew his stack. And I remember the brouhaha, so to speak.
Wow.
They were kept eating, and the Garagiola said, "Why am I rehearsing?
Yeah. Well,
Why did I memorize all this
if you
stuff?"
remember, even go to local news, that 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that sports got a way bigger block than the weather did. And now it's the other way around. Now weather
used to be on last.
Yeah, you get 10 minutes of weather now, and the local sports broadcast, if it's 3-4 minutes, is about then.
And the only exception would be high school football
On Friday,
on a Friday
that's a
night.
big difference.
Yeah.
They'll
John
come on
Fedko.
about 11:15, and they'll take the rest of the
Yeah,
because that's a thing.
Fedko, so.
We used to what we used to do when back in the Constitution Boulevard days, when we had our post-game show, which was done live in the studio immediately when our game was over, and our game would come on at 9 from a game that would
So
start
you're
at
looking
7.
at 11,
Yeah, so
11:30.
it would be, and we would really hope that our game would get over with in time, so Choma would get on before the sports came on the TV, on the
With
3
the other
channels,
stuff, yeah.
so that we would be first with the scores, and then everybody would watch us.
Oh, boy.
And it would be tight, because a lot of times 11:15 or so,
Now, we could have made that happen as a guarantee, but we would have to eliminate the high school bands at halftime.
and people wanted the bands.
And
Did
Exactly.
they show,
Want
did they
the
show the high
bands?
school bands at halftime on
We
replay?
we did.
Okay.
And then we can't now because we don't have enough time. They only give us 2 hours, and we can't fit it all in that amount of time.
Right.
We don't have it. And people ask me, it's a good time to do that now since we're getting close. And people ask me, how come no band? And sometimes we'll do it on the Highlands game if we're at halftime and there is a Mercy. And we know that we'll have enough time to show a song. We may throw it in. But our time constraints are 2 hours. The folks up in, by the way, the folks up in Boston have been terrific since they've taken over our games.
But they're in Boston.
But it's a tight fit. You have to go for the time, and we only have 2 hours to get it in. And the games are longer now than they used to be, and they're dragging on, and you have to try to squeeze, and that's why we have no bands. But that's that's the way that is.
Did you watch any of the first football game? Hall of Fame game last
I
night?
did. I watched a little bit.
What was this now? Which one?
The Hall of Fame game last
Oh,
night.
yeah,
the
yeah,
Giants
yeah.
and the Bills. I watched a little bit just to get the taste of
Yeah.
football back and hear Al Michaels, and that was cool.
They had a trivia question. What NFL team is the only team that has never played in the Hall of Fame game yet?
Say it again.
Which NFL team has not played in the...
So one NFL team has not played.
Detroit.
No,
Huh.
How about the Browns?
you're close.
The Bengals?
No.
Tennessee Titans. Thanks, Bill. Was that right?
Ravens.
The Ravens.
The Ravens.
Well, they've only been around for a short
Yeah,
period.
you can look it up.
Yeah,
But,
sorry.
in a way that it was...
It was the Browns.
In a way, yeah.
I kind of had that, yeah.
And, yeah, so... I think I'll try mystery profile today.
Ooh. Michael, have fun with this.
All right,
Is it
Paul.
your turn?
Sure.
By the way,
All from West Vandergrift, by the way.
East.
East Vandergrift? What's the difference? Is there a river separating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Naser. No.
All right. This is the mystery profile from our good friends at Mattio's. Bob told you earlier, Mattio's Pizza and Subs on Broadview Boulevard in Brackenridge, right next to the district magistrate's office. There's the number on the screen, 724-904-7312. You can call ahead and
place an order, please.
Place an order,
Yeah.
and yes, do that. All right. The $100 clue for tonight's mystery profile question is thus. I am the only golfer to win the British Open in 3 different decades.
Jack Nicklaus.
That is not correct. Let's go on to clue number 2. This is the $75 clue. I have also won the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the PGA. This guy's a Grand Slam winner.
Arnold Palmer.
It is not. Arnold Palmer never won the U.S. Open. Let's go on to number 3. The $50 clue. I have been a farmer for most of my life.
Lee Trevino.
It is not Lee Trevino.
I have no idea. I work on a golf course.
And you work on a golf course. Yes, that's true. You work on a golf course and you can't get this. The 4th clue, this is for $25. I raise horses. Let me do this quickly. I raise horses. I've been a farmer all of my life. Won all 4 major tournaments and won the British Open in 3 different decades.
Tom Watson.
Not Tom. You've given 4 good guesses. It's not like you know.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
Okay, flip over all the cards, Mr. Surf. Here you go. My initials are GP.
No Tiger.
And it's not George Papard.
I hardly would skull. GP.
It's not George Papard. He played Dr. Sam Shepard in that movie.
Greg Price. I don't know.
Gary.
I hardly watch golf.
Gary Player. For hardly watching golf, you gave 4 good answers.
Well,
Yeah, I hear
Paul,
about
Gary Player.
you struck out for the first time, and I
Struck
can't
out.
believe.
I think one other time I struck out on the.
Well, it would have been tough because the prize closet would have been cleaned out by he and Tony
boy.
if they'd have both
Yeah,
released.
if you would have won tonight, I would be. I'd be hawking a few things at the house.
Yeah, you'll be selling your seat license. Gary Player is the answer. Gary Player is a great player. He's from South Africa, raised the horses on a farm in South Africa, and is in better shape than the 3 of us combined at age nearly 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
That's
he's.
good. So.
Yeah, Paul, good try, though.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for
All
coming.
right, break time. We're going to come back with Rich from Cheswick when the commercial break has finished. So stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome to Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, the place for big appetites. Their great sandwich selection includes the Geronimo, piled high with generous portions of meat and fixings. The barbecue ribs are the best in town. Half rack or full rack, they don't come better. Buffalo Bill's wings are everybody's favorite. Uniquely oven-baked, not deep-fried, and yet so crispy. Your choice of 13 flavored seasonings. Grab a bucket for the big game. Eat in or take out, credit cards accepted. Buffalo Bill's Roadhouse, Freeport Road, New Kensington, across from Felderelli Square.
For over 38 years and 3 generations, Arnold Furniture has been the area's favorite furniture store.
We have over 4 floors of living rooms, dining rooms, recliners, bedding, carpeting, and so much more.
You'll always find friendly personal service from one of the family.
And our prices consistently beat the competition. plus free local delivery and free setup guaranteed. Visit Arnold Furniture online at arnoldfurnitureinc.com or stop in and see us today.
AKLC Studios LLC is the place for your video and multimedia needs. Let AKLC Studios produce a unique television commercial for your business. At your location or in our studios, we're here to meet your needs. Ever want your own television show? Let us show you how. AKLC Studios LLC can even tape your special events and weddings. Whatever your multimedia need, call AKLC Studios LLC in Leechburg today. Professional quality at hometown prices. Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Don't forget my radio show Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock, WAVL, they're 910 on the AM dial. Let's go to Rich in Cheswick. Rich, welcome to the program. Good to hear from you.
Good evening, gentlemen. Hey, the
Rich.
injury to McCutcheon, was that because he got hit in the back?
Well, when he swung at that pitch yesterday, he messed up his oblique, hitting that sac fly to tie the game in the 8th inning. And I don't know if one was related to the other, but where he reached around, it was pretty much in the same place. I don't know if they're related or not. We'll wait for official word tomorrow to see what they say. But according to the report that I saw from Ron Cook, that this is probably a month at least.
Wow. Now, don't you think they would bring up maybe Tabata?
Well, funny you mentioned that. I was checking some Twitter while we were waiting during the break, and Colin Dunlap tweeted that I believe that Jose Tabata has now done his penance. It's time to bring him back. I am calling for Andrew Lambeau in the strangest twist of irony that Andrew Lambeau left for dead in spring training because he couldn't get any hits in spring training, comes up and saves the day. But your Tabata choice is probably the way they'll go. Unless now there have been reports out there that the reason that he was sent a packing the first time and a lot of the reason that they don't want to bring him back is that they don't like the influence he's had on the other young Latin players. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's also not hitting 200 in the minor leagues. So we'll see. But their choices aren't very many right now. And with not being able to make a trade unless somebody passes through waivers, this is going to make it difficult for them. And the other thing, too, is when you do these waiver trades, a lot of times you end up having to take some salary on because a lot of times these teams want to get rid of people's salaries and they hope somebody makes a claim. But, you could make a claim at somebody like Marlon Byrd, but if somebody claims him that's worse than you in the standings, then you're blocked. You can't do it. So it makes it very difficult.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't think if they brought him up, he can't be any worse than Gabby Sanchez.
No, that was pretty bad yesterday.
I mean, the guy, I never see him get a hit.
He argued two calls.
Down the middle.
Yeah, and he argued him.
He argued two calls that were crosshairs right in the center of the plate. You couldn't make it any more perfect in the way of a pitch.
He was embarrassed on the last one. That's why he did it. That was the Lima Sweet act. But when Lima Sweet would drop a pass, he'd get up limping. It was kind of the same thing.
Hey, if Cole comes back shortly, they have to get rid of another pitcher then.
Well, are you sure about that? Because I'm not. And the little song and dance that happened over the weekend where he was supposed to make one more rehab start and then be up here, they scratched him from that and just had him toss in the bullpen. I'll tell you what, I'm nearing the point where I'll be surprised if we see him again this year.
Wow.
Because I don't know what the story is. Every time he seems like he's close to coming back, they keep pushing it back. And what's the problem? He supposedly, when he had to start in Indy the last time, he threw the ball great and was dominating and said he felt great. I saw the quotes. And then, he must not, his arm or something. He's got that oblique thing too going. And you see how long he's been out with that. I was at the game. It was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. And he's still not back. And he doesn't have to swing a bat.
What's a month?
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't they just, for fun of it, why don't they just give the ball to Alvarez and let him try to pitch? Doesn't he have a heck of an arm?
Yeah, he does. There's no doubt about that.
Well, who else do we have pitchers here?
Well, I think Mercer should pitch because Mercer's how about this? Jordy Mercer is the all-time leader in saves at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Is that
Jordy Mercer could pitch, so we could throw him out there. Who did pitch?
They tried Snyder this year.
The 23,
Snyder.
number 23,
Snyder pitched. Snyder had a changeup.
By the way, I did a story on this maybe a month or so ago, and it goes back to when San Francisco had to go to the bullpen. Well, they wanted to stay away from the bullpen because they had another game coming up and they wanted to save everybody. So they looked for volunteers and one of the Alus said, "Give me a shot." He struck out Willie Stargell twice.
Oh, I think I remember that was Willie or Matty Alou, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm not sure, but anyway, over the winter, they traded to get him on the Pirate team, and he never struck out Stargell again.
And then of course Stargell went on to go to the Hall of Fame, and the rest is history. Right. And Matty Alou could hit. Matty Alou could fly. Matty Alou gained 100 points from the year he came from San Francisco to the Pirates in his batting.
He did.
Harry Walker, who was the Pirates manager at the time, was a batting guru, and he really helped him out.
The Pirates, I think, the last week of the month here is coming up. It's going to be very crucial. They got 15 games with their division. Yeah,
and the thing about it, Rich, is they haven't been able to beat those teams this year, and that's why it's why they're in the position they are right now. You know, last year at the trading deadline, they were 23 games over 500. If they were 23 games over 500 right now, they'd have a 6-game lead on Milwaukee. So you see what the difference is? If they were to just be doing what they did last year, they would be, you know, you could withstand a McCutchen injury because you'd be so far ahead. But now, you know, they still need to catch up. They're not in one of the wild card spots right now, even though they're only half a game behind Cardinals. But you know, this is really gonna test Neil Huntington here. He really dropped the ball last week at the deadline, as Tony and I have talked about ad nauseum here. He really dropped the ball over the winter by not improving the team, and his back's to the wall right now, and he's gonna have to be Houdini to try to pull something out of a hat here to try to help him out.
Okay, Jim. Well, I think I'm ready for trivia. Let me have the multiple choice.
Go ahead,
My turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rich, the questions rotating in order. You've got number 5. And if you're ready in the control room, we'll flash it up on the screen for Rich as well. And here is the question, number 5. What major leaguer faced strikeout king Nolan Ryan the most times without ever striking out? Bill Buckner, Tony Gwynn, Don Mattingly, and Fernando Valenzuela.
How about Fernando Valenzuela?
Smelling trick question, aren't you, Rich?
The only pitcher in the group of 4. Rich, congratulations. Fernando Valenzuela faced Nolan Ryan 12 times, and not once
struck out.
did Ryan strike him out. Not once. You
He'll
learn
probably have a
something
nightmare.
new on this show every time.
Thanks, Rich.
Have a good week.
You know, if you think about it, Tony does the 28 Grand Salamis. You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone that's won more of any types of questions than Rich Jasky.
That could be.
He's been with us for probably one of the longest that's been with us on the show.
One of the longest
and
hauls.
he's been winning way back, probably to the 90s
I'm
or the
getting
80s.
gray hair now.
Yeah.
What's that,
You got
Rich?
gray hair now.
Say hello to
Okay,
Dolly
gentlemen,
for us.
Thank you for everything.
Thanks.
We'll see you. Bye.
Hello, Dolly.
And the funny part about it was that, yeah, he's been winning since I was watching. So that's a long time.
Well, the Pirates do have, I made a note here,
Playing Miami.
Miami, San Diego, and Detroit at
Detroit's
home
next
before
week.
they head out to the road.
Right, we'll be doing that, so hopefully they get... We
So-
have Steelers this weekend.
You know what happened? Paul didn't give us the countdown for high school football.
3 weeks? 3 weeks
Did
from
you?
this Friday.
You didn't mention it on the air.
Those of you watching Thursday night here on Channel 190, go ahead.
Week 1, I'll be at Gate C at Greensburg Central Catholic as they play Monessen.
The Monessen Greyhounds.
So come out and say hello. And
Where's Ralph Conti at? Gee.
yeah,
That's the Ralph Conti impression, ladies and gentlemen.
right.
Thanks,
So-
Paul.
Folks, we got to run.
We
We're
gotta go.
back next week at the same time, same bat channel.
We'll be here.
I'm Bob Tatter.
I'm Nick Pavlik.
Good night. Thank you for watching Sportsline, brought to you by Ace Hardware, New Kensington, AKLC Studios in Leechburg, Arnold Furniture, 5th Avenue, Buffalo Bills, New Kensington, Fazio's Deli and Meats in Arnold, Highland Tire, Toretta and Natrona Heights, Mattio's Pizza and Subs, Brackenridge Heights, Resevich Family Funeral Homes, Lower Burl in Arnold, 380 Discount Warehouse, Murraysville, Tower Auto in Blawnox, and Westmoreland Insurance Services of New Kensington.